Craig.
Oh, shit.
Now recording.
We are live on a historical day for our country. And wow, it's the Two Guys, Two Seamen podcast. And as you all can see, if you're watching, it's just Chad and I today. We have some history on our hands, my friend.
Yes, we do. Not good history.
Not at all. So, President Trump was a victim of an assassination attempt today, a little after 6 p.m. at a rally he was hosting in Butler, PA. Now, Chad, I know you live in Philly. How close is that?
Oh, I didn't even look. Butler.
It's always these weird cities. It's like
Yeah. Oh, that's way. That's near Pittsburgh.
near Pitt. Oh, okay,
The
yeah,
other
that's right.
side.
Because they said they were at a Pittsburgh hospital.
Mm.
Okay. Or the other people were the other people that were injured. Yeah, so an assassination attempt on a former president. Obviously, with our ages, this is the first time we've ever seen anything like this. The last time this happened was with Reagan. It was obviously way before our time. But
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of questions, obviously, need to be answered. But this is not a. It doesn't matter what side you're on. This is not the answer. This is a horrible, horrible thing to happen, and it's amazing that I've had almost 4 hours to gather my thoughts on this, and I'm still speechless. It's
Yeah. There's not much, and then the details we don't know like a good amount about the shooter, and obviously I think there was 2 people that have died now. That were
so
in the attendance.
I'm reading the breaking news thing, the ticker.
Yes.
Currently on CNN, it says shooter is dead, one bystander killed, 2 critically injured. That's the current state
Okay. So
right now.
it's
So I don't know if that's going to be updated momentarily or not, but that's what it's currently at that I've seen. It could be different. I'm just going based on what I have up right now. So, yeah, just when I saw it hit my phone, I was actually outside with David. We were doing some yard work, and yeah, yard work came to an end. There was that was it. We came inside. Had to turn the TV on. Um, they said that from the moment the first shot was heard, it took 2 minutes to get him out of there. That seems like a long time
that's crazy. That's
to me.
crazy. It's just so they kept him there, and then they kept him on stage, and then they had him stand up, and that's the picture you see behind us is him standing up and putting his fist up because he's a fucking literally a badass. Just almost got assassinated, and he's here for us. Like he's not he's like, you think Biden would be doing that shit? No.
No, God, no. He probably would have forgotten that he got shot.
Probably.
I I I don't want to get into too much of political bashing each side with this. I am curious. I know you want some information, right? But why does it take Biden over an hour to make a comment or a statement on this?
And why are all
Why?
the news organizations too afraid to say an assassination attempt or a shooting or anything? Like everything that NBC and CNN put out was there was an incident, Trump fell, all this stuff without actually saying like gunfire. The only people who did was Fox News.
Well, they must have walked that back because when I first turned it on, CNN did say, "What's that guy's name? Wolf? What's his name?"
Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah, he said it was an assassination attempt.
Okay.
So, but that was early on. I guess they walked it back because I haven't seen it since. So
Yeah, I
I don't
haven't.
know, but
And he didn't want, and Biden didn't want to say it was assassination attempt. Like, pretty sure someone shot at the president. How is that not an assassination attempt? Like,
right,
what else would you call that?
right,
He didn't
yeah,
accidentally miss him.
no.
He was like Ben Simmons trying to shoot a three.
Um, and Trump actually did post to Truth Social, which is the social media thing that he posts to now. And he said, I quote, "I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all law enforcement for the rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person, now two, that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing shot or whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America." End quote. Um, what a badass! I just,
Yeah,
I mean, I there's no other way to put it.
yeah,
um, wow.
yeah,
Obviously, we started this podcast just talk about sports, but this day will be forever in American history. Um, and we obviously had to talk about this first. So, you have anything else on this?
no, but like I said, that guy is a bad shot. That
Yeah.
was
Now, nothing is confirmed, but early reports say the shooter was 150 miles or 150 yards away. Which, if you've ever shot a sniper rifle, that is not far at all,
no.
especially for trained shooters. So,
And
I,
there was someone who got interviewed who was telling them about how they saw the shooter, tried to inform people, Secret Service and all them, and they didn't take him seriously. Probably because he had a visor with the hair sticking out, and
okay.
it was red.
Mm,
And he didn't look like someone you would take seriously. I
hmm.
think that's why they didn't do it. But yeah, he tried to warn them. He saw the sniper up on the building. So I don't know if anything will come of that. But sounds like Secret Service did not do a very good job of surveilling the area, or even like looking out for snipers or looking out for anybody.
No, but I will say that them immediately jumping on top of him and protecting
Shielding him.
him. Yes, I'll give them credit for that because that's what they're there for,
Yeah,
is to do that, and they did that. It's not like they just stood there and watched. So,
true. It's not.
commend all those guys and lady that was up there, um, doing their duty.
Yeah.
So, um, thanks to them and to the Secret Service sniper team that took the shooter out as well. So, um, all right. The only last thing I have on it is I know we're going to find out more about the actual shooter, probably before the night is over. Not the podcast night, but just the night in general. I'm hopeful that this is a rogue guy and not part of some bigger group. I think if it's part of a bigger group, we have a much, much bigger problem. So,
Yes.
I just hope it's a single rogue guy that is just an idiot, and that's the end of it, and we move on. Let's just hope for the best.
Mhm.
All right, let's get to sports. Let's get to some feel goods. I know we haven't been here for a couple weeks, and this is kind of the dead time of sports, but we're here. There's some things going on. We're going to start in the NBA. The Knicks point guard superstar Jalen Brunson accepted a $156.5 million contract extension, which was a year before he could have received the max.
Crazy.
He's taking $113 million less than what he could have received 1 year from now. Your thoughts on that? I have mine, but I want to hear yours first.
I when I saw that, I was pretty shocked. That's a very, very hefty pay cut to be. I mean, it shows that he does want to win. He's not just here for the money. He's not taking the max. He wants to build a team around him to win a championship, because that's the Villanova mindset. And I think that they might be trying to get Jay Wright to be their coach. I think Thibodeau might be could be on his way out if they receive another exit in the playoffs this upcoming year with the way they've built the roster.
Yeah, I feel bad for Tibbs because injuries just destroyed them this year.
Yeah.
Now my thoughts on this contract, I think that when I first saw this, I thought, oh, well, maybe he doesn't trust himself being healthy. Maybe he took the money now because he can't trust himself to make it through another season healthy. And that's what these teams rely on.
I mean, how old is he though? Brunson's not that old, right?
No, he's not that old, but I mean, when the injury bug, he's 27,
Yeah.
but when the injury bug, and he's a little guy, he's not a big dude. So and the way he plays, he takes a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he wanted to wait a year, because what happens if he, gets significantly injured this year and then the max isn't there for him anymore? I think this was a smart business decision based on the injuries that he's dealt with over the last 2 years, and the frequency of those injuries. They're real injuries. This is not a Kawhi situation.
No, yeah,
So
yeah. This is definitely real.
these are-
He wants to be out there. It's not like Kawhi,
Oh, yeah.
who didn't want to go play basketball.
Right. But
Like
we'll
Lonzo Ball.
see. Yeah. I'm curious on how much of this will help them after this upcoming season. Again, I guess you think Tibbs will be on the hot seat this year?
I don't know, but I know they're building a Villanova roster. I mean, why not just bring in Jay Wright? Let him coach him.
I don't know. Jay Wright's been out of coaching for a while, so it's they're on the edge. They're on the edge of being competitive as far as a legitimate 2 seed in the East. Legitimate 2 seed.
Yeah.
They're on the edge. They just, again, health is a huge thing for them. A lot of people aren't talking about it, their loss of Hartenstein is a big loss.
That's a big loss because now you have Mitchell
Huge.
Robinson instead of Hartenstein. That's a
huge loss to them.
That's a huge loss.
But I don't know, the the additions that they've added and secured. We'll see. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby re-signed for a huge extension. So I don't know. The team is structured pretty well. I just don't know what they're going to do with the big man situation now because it's very, very slim down there, especially on a guy that you can't rely on injury-wise in Mitchell Robinson. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. The Denver Nuggets draft pick, DaRon Holmes, tore his Achilles in his first summer league game.
That's awful.
Just
awful.
You feel bad for young guys like that got drafted and they're out there first step on their dream, right? They made an NBA team, they're in the summer league, and then just tore his Achilles in his debut, out for the year. So
awful.
What a terrible thing for him, and hopefully that doesn't plague him for the rest of his career. The looks like the in-season tournament is continuing. It was not a one and done. It picked up a lot of steam last year leading up to it, and they have already gotten the groups together in each conference. You can find that on NBA.com, ESPN.com under the NBA section, obviously. But what is listed as the toughest grouping was the C group in the Western Conference, given the Nuggets, Mavericks, Pelicans, Warriors, and Grizzlies. That is ranked the toughest group. And those games start November 12th, which is just less than a month after the season begins. We have not gotten any.
Consider the Warriors to be that good anymore?
They made a lot of moves.
Yeah,
they picked up a lot of guys.
A lot of guys, just
guys.
Dudes.
Yeah. But
dudes, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. The guy.
No.
They still have Steph and Draymond, but the fuck else do they have? If you say Buddy Hield, if you say Buddy Hield,
no. That's no. He's
sad.
Coming off the bench. That's not
sad.
That's not. No, that's not.
Kuminga?
That's not a. Kaminga played well last season.
Yeah.
He's a legitimate second option now for that team. After his season, I think that what's that guy's name? Is it Brandon something? He has a weird, unique last name. I can't think of it.
Oh, the point guard?
Yeah, he's
Starts
considered
with a P.
Yeah, that guy. He was pretty good too.
Podzinski or Podzinski or something shit like that.
Something.
Some fucking Russian, Polish last name, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, something like that. And the GM for the Warriors came out today and said that we are not done chasing championships for Steph, is essentially what he said. So with this roster, you might be. You might be chasing. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not actually looking at it.
Yep.
Is it time for them to try to trade Steph?
Start over. Might be the way. Cooper Flag.
You got rid of Clay. You let Clay walk, right?
You got Cooper Flag coming up.
Yeah, just tank and see what happens. I mean, it's a lottery, so it's not a guarantee, but
Yeah.
The Warriors aren't going anywhere with this roster. Nowhere.
No.
So, all right. To the NFL. I know the last time we were here, we talked about the NFL getting sued over the Sunday ticket thing. They were ordered to pay $4.7 billion in damages. That number has now climbed to 14
Wow.
billion in damages. So, and Roger Goodell says that they, obviously him and the stance of the NFL is they 100% disagree with this, and they will stand behind their position and saying that this is wrong. No, you overpriced this big time.
Oh yeah, dude. I
I
mean,
don't-
I remember never getting it because it's like $400-$500.
Yeah.
And then you can't watch blackout games.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What's the point?
yeah,
It's just,
dude, it was
just-
it's still
just watch the
bad.
team. Well, just watch the games that are on TV. Watch Red Zone, and then if you want to venture off into other ways of watching all the games, you go right ahead.
Do whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Don't pay $500-$600. If you were to get Sunday ticket on top of everything else that's going to cost this year to watch every NFL game,
Thousands.
over $1,100
Yep.
it will cost you.
Damn.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But we cannot wait until the NFL season is back.
Yep.
We are 54 days away. We are less than 2 months, so
Vikings are gonna suck. We're gonna win
right around
4
the
games.
corner. Ooh,
Can't
four and
wait.
4 and 13.
Yep.
Ugh. I don't want to give a projection yet for my Packers. I don't want to do that yet. See how preseason goes with our draft picks. See how that goes first. All right. Speaking of world football, the European Championship is set for tomorrow. Spain versus England. The United States in Copa America was. Have you heard about Copa America yet at all this time around, Chad?
Yeah, a little bit.
And how much of a just disaster it's been with these referees. An absolute disaster. Even some of the commentators on the United States side are thinking these referees are being paid off.
Wow. Wouldn't be surprised.
And that's the level it's at. So the United States was out on some very, very questionable calls.
Handball.
That was not called.
Yep.
That was not called. And then in the European Championship, Mbappe broke his nose, so he had to wear a mask. And France was eliminated because there's turmoil between him and, France as a country right now since he left PSG and has signed with Real Madrid. But anyway, if you want to watch that, it's tomorrow at 3 p.m. Spain versus England.
I might. I'll be home alone. So.
The All-Star break for the MLB, or the All-Star game, I should say, sorry, is Tuesday, July 16th, which is in a couple days. And last year, the American League lost by 1 to the National League.
When's the home run derby?
Isn't that Monday night, I believe?
Okay.
I'm
excited for that.
Just double check. Yeah, Monday.
Nice.
Monday, July 15th. It's at 8 p.m. on ESPN is the home run derby.
Nice.
Things are starting to slowly shape up too, right? For baseball, as far as who the good teams are, who the not good teams are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty shaped up.
Pretty much.
Pretty well. Pretty disappointed in the Dodgers today. They blew a 7-run lead and lost in 11 innings. It was bad. It was not good. To the
Dodgers are
Tigers.
on a little bit of a losing streak.
Yeah, we're at 3-7, 4-6, something like that in our last 10. Not good. Well, we played the Phillies. I don't think we beat them.
No, he didn't.
I don't think we beat them. Yeah, that was a rough stretch. But yeah, my bet for 105 games is not looking good at this point. 96 games in, was at 67 or 66 games left. They would have to win 49 of the 66.
Oh boy.
Anything's possible, right? It can
Right.
happen.
Right.
All right. Anything about baseball? Anything else about sports in general?
No, I mean, I would have things to say about the Braves, but it's just there's no chance at the World Series this year. I mean, we'll go to the playoffs, but it's not gonna. It's just too many injuries. You can't sustain it. I mean, the Dodgers are hurt too, but y'all don't. Y'all are not missing your top 2 players.
Mookie Betts is pretty important.
Yeah.
He's pretty important.
But you still have
And our pitching's not. I know, but our pitching's not great. It's just not. And that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need that and come postseason.
Absolutely. 100%. That's one of the most important things you can have is 4 starters. Or
unless
3.
they can average, 6 home runs a game in the postseason, I don't see them winning, or winning it all for sure. But what do you think? Phillies, Dodgers, and LCS? That
Probably.
probable.
Probably.
Brewers have kind of sneaked up in there lately,
They
but
won't do it.
no. But I'm just saying they're third best, I believe, or fourth best. I'm actually kind of surprised at how good not how good, but that the Padres are actually above 500.
Yeah, shocking.
Which, if you asked Michael at the beginning of the season, which I think we did, I don't think he saw that happening. But there's still a lot of baseball left to be played, so it could happen.
They can still turn back into a pumpkin.
Yeah. All right. I know we normally do, this day in history for sports, this week in history for sports, but really it's just this time of year. It's a lot of tennis, some golf kind of sprinkled in there. Not a whole lot to historically to touch base on. But what today will be remembered as in history is the day that they almost caught Captain Donald Trump. Little reference to Pirates of the Caribbean. Doesn't matter what they do, they just can't catch them, So July 13th, 2024, is the day that Trump was almost assassinated, but luckily for us and our country, that did not happen.
Luckily, the guy was a bad shot.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy when you look at it that you just watch the video. It's almost like he was smacking a mosquito off his head.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell was that? But anyway, the Republican convention is supposed to start Monday. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
I think it will.
What do you think?
Think
so?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, be on the lookout.
Beef up security and shit. But...
There's no more outdoor things for him. He can't do any more outdoor stuff. There's no way.
I think he has to. I think he has to prove it that they won't get him. They won't get him down
in a football stadium.
Yeah, dude, in football stadium.
Not in a field in the middle of nowhere.
There you go.
All right. All right. Plus minus? What you got?
Well, my minus is my wife and kids are leaving me tomorrow until Friday. And they're going up to Connecticut for nationals. Dance nationals. So my plus is, though, college football 25 releases Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, so I will be playing
Fingers
that.
crossed. Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's hope that that's what it is. I really do hope it is. I know.
I literally
I know.
showed you.
I know.
You're a skeptic.
It's just odd that if that was the first of all, when have they ever released a video game at 4 p.m. on a day? It's always midnight, and why wouldn't it be on EA's website? I don't know. It's just weird to me. I'm hopeful. I hope it is Monday. But for me, plus this week, it happened. Actually, my plus minus is all happened today. Minus is that we had to experience this today. The assassination attempt on a former president. That's obviously a minus. Not just for. I think it's a minus for our country as a whole.
And it's a minus because it's a presidential candidate as well.
True. Yes.
Like,
yeah, it's that's definitely the minus today, and prayers and thoughts for the families affected by this. Members of their family that were either shot or killed today. The bystanders that were there. And my plus also happened today, where my son moved up the ladder in Taekwondo. He is now on the 5th level of Taekwondo. He's a blue tip belt, which is a mixture of blue and green on the belt. So he was a green belt, and now he's moved up to blue and green, which is referred to as a blue tip. So awesome job by him. Takes a lot of discipline and dedication to do that. And at 7 years old, that's
awesome.
Pretty impressive. So, last thing I wanted to get to, Chad. Happy birthday, man! Tomorrow is your birthday. Happy birthday, and I hope that this new college football is a birthday present for us all.
I hope so. If it's a flop and it sucks, I'm gonna be so fucking mad because they had so much time to make it. They even delayed it a year. Remember, it was supposed to come out last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which just amps up GTA 6, right?
Yeah.
Because GTA 6 has been waiting for about the same amount of time, right?
Yep.
If not longer. And they've delayed that for like 5 years. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for us. Don't know when we'll be back, but we'll be back sometime soon in the future. Olympic Games are about to start for basketball.
Ooh, yes.
Exhibition game. United States beat Canada. Rough start, but they were only together 4 days, so they'll be just fine. All right, we will be back hopefully next week.